Hello guys, Jacob here, and I recently had a conversation with several atheists concerning the origin of the universe, in which I posited them this argument. I told them, either you believe that this universe of space-time has always existed, that thermal or heat energy has always existed, or entropy, the gradual disorder of randomness in this system that we call the universe, up to the point of disordered equilibrium, you believe that has always existed, or that they haven't always existed. And if you believe because of the laws of thermodynamics and entropy and the Big Bang, these theories and laws, if you believe that the universe hasn't always existed and that space-time hasn't always existed, then what you're saying is that this universe of space-time came into existence from nothing. Okay? There is nothing there. If there is none of these material-based products, then what you're basically saying is that a universe came from nothing. This is where the theory of the heat death comes in. Okay? So I have the theory here, and I'm going to go ahead and just read it to you guys, okay? So the idea of the heat death originated from the second law of thermodynamics. That's the idea that entropy increases in an isolated system. This system being the universe. Entropy, which is the number of ways in which a system can be arranged, should never decrease, evolving to a state of maximum disorder, or reaching the state of thermodynamic equilibrium. When this happens, all the energy will be evenly distributed throughout the cosmos, leaving no room for any reusable energy or heat to burst into existence. Processes that consume energy, which includes our very living on Earth, would cease. You might think that the heat death implies some astronomically high temperature and snubs everything out. However, British physicist Lord Kelvin, who proposed the idea in 1850, referred to the loss of mechanical energy as the theory of heat. In fact, it has been suggested that the more the universe expands, the cooler it gets. We're looking at a continual expansion of the universe, according to reading of the cosmic microwave background, but at a decreasing rate, and it looks like that the cosmos will end in a heat death. Not to worry though, our universe will continue to produce entropy for a while yet. So, based on that definition, we know that this universe made up of heat energy hasn't always existed. And I received three responses from atheists on this point. And one was to argue that this universe was the result of the multiverse. Now, a multiverse does not escape entropy. It does not escape the law of thermodynamics. Okay? It just doesn't escape the natural processes that are at work here. Okay? So, it's just looking at our universe as being a part of a greater system with all of these natural processes still taking place. So the fact that we haven't reached a state of the heat death still means that this universe, or that the multiverse, required a beginning. Even Michio Kaku, one of the founders of string theory, said that we could still ask, where did this multiverse originate from? Where did this energy come from? The second most popular response I received from atheists concerns the first law of thermodynamics, which says that energy can either be created or destroyed. But anyone with a scientific background would know that this only applies to a closed system. A system could come into existence and be a closed system. Proponents of the multiverse or string theory still believe, despite the fact that they believe our universe is the result of perhaps other universes, that our universe is still a closed system. Think of, you putting pressurized air into hot tar and it just containing that air. I mean, that's basically what a closed system is. It's pertaining to boundaries of our universe. The last and most interesting argument that came up was the idea of this particle, a particle existing beyond our understanding of materialism of space-time. Okay, and if such a particle were to exist, it wouldn't be evidence against a God, but would be an evidence for God. Okay, because God would need some kind of mechanism to interact with our material world, so there has to exist some kind of particle that would, allow, this transcended reality to interact with our material world or universe. Okay. Now, there are some atheists who say, well, we just simply don't know. But based on the facts, based on the fact that space-time came into existence, that, the heat in this universe hasn't always existed, we know that there had to be something prior to our materialistic worldview. There had to be something in existence. Okay? And that's the entire point of this argument, of this video. There had to be in existence something that eternally existed prior to us coming into existence, and this higher, reality that brought intelligence, beauty, rationality into existence had to be rational. It had to have some form of design, okay? And it goes beyond our limited perception of this material world. And we know that all that exists isn't simply materialism. Okay? Material products, heat energy, all of these things that are interacting on our reality prove that our universe hasn't always existed. So all the facts have been presented. I mean, if you have a problem with the facts that I presented concerning entropy, thermodynamics, space-time, and the Big Bang, okay? Because we all know what the Big Bang says. The Big Bang says that the universe is expanding. And at one point, it was at a singularity, okay? So if you have a problem with any of my facts, or the conclusion that I draw from those facts, then please say so. I mean, please explain. Okay, because if you don't have any rationality or any reason to dismiss these facts or my assumption based on those facts, okay, then why not just simply accept the fact that the universe did come into existence and that there is a higher reality out there that transcends material space-time, okay, material space-time. Because like I've told you before, I believe also in absolute forms of space-time, all right, that transcend the material world. I know many atheists like to play the little mental games of materialism. Whenever they talk about space-time, they're talking about material space-time, all right? So I'm open to hear what you have to say, and based on these facts, I want to hear your conclusions. I don't want to hear this false notion that we simply cannot draw a conclusion based on these facts. All right, the facts have been presented. There is I don't know. The I don't know argument is a dodge to avoid what these facts cause us to assume. So I hope to hear from you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. You have a blessed day.